From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
A Billings effort to get top honors from the FBI for fighting human trafficking in the state. How it worked to curb the crime, coming up next. And dog or wolf? A Flathead woman's killing of a dog brings outrage and debate across the state after the woman bragged that she had shot a wolf. That's an interesting story, gaining a lot of traction on social media. We'll have more on that. Meantime, 6:31, Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. Gaining a lot of traction in my world is this lovely fall weather we've had. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. Temperature's cooling enough to change the leaves a little bit, and I love that.
And our skies are so clear. Jupiter,
gorgeous.
You can see the closest approach we've had in
magnificent.
Yeah, nearly 60 years.
With my binoculars and my sun out last night, you could see 3 of the 4 Galilean moons on it with the binoculars.
Pretty
very
cool.
Easily.
Yeah,
super cool.
Looks like we still have some good sights to see in the weather world. Temperatures into the 40s. If you can spend some time outdoors, hey, this is what you're going to see. Beautiful morning.
Gorgeous.
It is absolutely gorgeous. A little under 12 hours of daylight for us in the Bozeman area. Daytime highs near 80 degrees. Looks like we're falling in that same category in Butte as well. Sunset at 7:19. I don't know where the days have gone.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
no idea.
I'm sure my work schedule and home cleanup of the lawn probably dictates a lot of that.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. 6:32, our top story this half hour. Bozeman School District School Board meeting touched on health enhancement last night following the passing of Senate Bill 99. Now, according to school district policy, parents can ask to review materials and request that their child be excluded from human sexuality education. The district will notify parents 48 hours in advance of any assembly, event, or introduction that includes discussion of human sexuality.
Unfortunately, like many bills in the last legislative session, things were, the language is brought on purpose, and unfortunately will likely be decided in the court what that language means, and typically at the expense of a public school district.
Now, human sexuality education means teaching information about human sexuality, including intimate relationships, human anatomy, and orientation. Next school board meeting will be held on October 10th. Now, there are Treasure State headlines. It's no secret that human trafficking is on the rise all over the nation, and Montana is not immune. From 2015 to last year, human trafficking rose 871%, from 7 cases in 2015 to 68 in 2021. Now, a Yellowstone County task force looking to put an end to human trafficking received a national award from the FBI for its efforts in fighting crime, terrorism, drug, and violence. MTN's David Jay has the story of the work they are doing and the impact it's having.
The FBI has honored 50 groups or individuals every year since 1990 in the fight against human trafficking. This year it honored the Yellowstone County Area Human Trafficking Task Force. The co-chair of the task force says it's a team effort with other organizations and agencies in the area. According to the task force, it's possible between 5 and 10 women get actively advertised for commercial sex on any given night in Billings.
A pimp might advertise and say, I have a girl, Candy, who will be here in Billings on this night, and then she'll be in Bozeman, and then she'll be in Missoula.
Stephanie Bacchus is an attorney and helped found the Yellowstone County Area Human Trafficking Task Force in 2016. And she says it's difficult to find statistics on human trafficking. She says recent numbers showed Montana 4th worst in the nation per capita. But she adds that it's possible the numbers may be improving with efforts such as the Billings City Council passing an ordinance in 2021 that required a special license and included provisions banning certain types of advertising.
We wouldn't have half the accomplishments, of the task force, were it not for our partner organizations and were it not for some amazing leaders who have gotten involved and joined the effort, who care about this cause.
Bacchus points to reports that show human trafficking as a $150 billion international criminal industry and the second largest behind drug trafficking. Raising awareness is part of the task force's mission.
The women who are being advertised didn't get into this voluntarily. Most any person who's a buyer or patron who comes away from a date, if you will tell you, of course she was a willing participant.
She also says the average citizen can help.
If you see a situation where there's a young woman with, a man who seems 2 to 3 times her age, she's like a young kid and she seems to be waiting for someone. These are all signs. If your gut tells you that something's wrong, call it in. If a lot of people call in and provide the information, that really helps law enforcement.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
In other Treasure State headlines this morning, a dog shooting creating outrage in Montana and highlighting the state's polarizing politics over wolf hunting. Now take a look at these two photos. Can you tell them apart? On the right is a wolf. On the left is a husky. Now many would say the differences are obvious, but one Montana woman is causing an uproar after she believes she shot a wolf, only to find out it was a dog. TN's Alina Howder picks up the story.
A woman's post is going viral on Facebook after she claims she shot, killed, and skinned a wolf pup. But there's a bunch of problems. According to Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, the animal she hunted wasn't a wolf, but a dog.
It's a Facebook post that ignited a firestorm. A Western Montana woman took to social media claiming she, quote, smoked a wolf pup, with pictures to prove it, including one of the shot and skinned animal. But there was one big glaring problem with the post.
We've determined that it wasn't a wolf.
We aren't showing you those photos, but according to Greg Lemon with Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, the woman actually shot a dog near Martin City outside of Kalispell.
It's always important to know, to be certain of the animal that you're going to harvest.
How could you ever mistake a husky like that for a wolf?
Rebecca Harding is one of the many outraged by what she saw. Harding owns 4 huskies of her own and loves the breed so much she even dedicated a Facebook page to them.
She's poaching. She's hurting our hunting community by posting that she went out looking for one specific animal and shooting a different one.
The case has now been handed off to the Flathead County Sheriff's Office for investigation. The sheriff tells MTN the dog was one of at least a dozen that someone abandoned in the Doris Creek area, all husky and shepherd mixes. Animal control was able to pick up 11 of the dogs, but it was too late for the husky. The sheriff's department has identified the woman, and FWP is now investigating whether she even had the proper hunting licenses to begin with.
We are looking into that aspect of it, but it's not really clear what the outcome of that investigation will be.
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
A story, of course, we're going to continue to cover here on Montana This Morning. Meantime, focusing on the mega drought in the western U.S. and the critically low water levels threatening the water supply to millions of Americans. In Nevada, there's a major concern. Lake Mead, one of the country's largest reservoirs, is at record lows. And now there's another problem, hydropower. Newsy's Scott Withers is at Hoover Dam researching the fate of the power supply for millions in Southern California.
America's 2 largest reservoirs are in trouble. The Colorado River feeds both Lake Powell and Lake Mead, and both are at near record lows, which is threatening the water and power supply for tens of millions of Americans.
Between 2 and 4 million acre-feet of additional conservation is needed just to protect critical levels in 2023.
The 2-decade-long mega drought is drying out the West.
Less of the precipitation that feeds the river actually makes it into the river.
You don't have to tell Robert Grippentag. His family's owned the Las Vegas boat harbor since the 1950s.
It costs us a lot of money because we have to chase the water down. We have to actually move the marina.
He's stayed open as the water levels have dropped more than 40 feet in just the last 2 years, and he's lost about 40% of his business.
We need to come up considerably from where we're at right now.
In July, Lake Mead hit its lowest level since it was created, just 1,040 feet. There was some short-term good news this summer. A strong monsoon season in the southwest pushed the depth up 4 feet, but that doesn't come close to solving the problem. As the water keeps dropping year after year, there's less drinking and irrigation water for 40 million people across the region, and there's concerns about the 2 dams' production of hydroelectric power. When the water drops below 950 feet, the massive Hoover Dam just can't generate any more power. But it doesn't have to get that low to cause problems. Its power output is already down 36% due to the current water level, and there's a chance it could drop too low to make power in the next 3 years. The Glen Canyon Dam in Lake Powell is facing the same problem. The Bureau of Reclamation expects it to be just 32 feet above the minimum pool power level by January 1st. There's a 10% chance it could drop below the cutoff level by next year, and a 30% chance by 2024. The Hoover Dam powers the lives of more than 1.3 million people. More than half the power goes to Southern California.
We have to realize that we're going to have less hydropower, at least in the near term.
Jim McCarthy is the president of the Electric Vehicle Association of Southern California. The state is home to almost half of all electric cars in the country. The heat wave earlier this month threatened the state's power grid. Officials asked electric car owners not to recharge their EVs. If the state loses the Hoover Dam's hydropower, the drive for consistent clean energy to support clean energy cars, it becomes less clear.
If we lose a lot of hydropower, it'll be a problem. We need to upgrade now. But if you drive an EV, at least you can power on your own.
The group responsible for grid integrity says the western grid is at risk of an energy emergency because of falling hydropower levels. Last fall, the drought dried up Lake Orville in Northern California, forcing that hydro plant to shut down for the first time since the 1960s. Hydropower is the black start power used to jumpstart the country's power grid after blackouts. The Department of Energy says hydro is critical to grid reliability because it consistently flows, except when it doesn't.
I'm News meteorologist Scott Withers.
Fascinating. I'm sure we're going to continue to follow that story. Meantime, we're going to take a break here on Montana This Morning.